Take a look at this iconic shot of Margaret Bourke-White, one of the most fearless and trailblazing photojournalists who truly defined the 20th century. This photo was snapped high above New York City, perched on the spire of the Chrysler Building in 1934, about 300 meters, that's 985 feet, over the bustling streets below. Margaret set up her photo studio right there on the 61st floor and wasn't afraid to step out onto those precarious ledges to capture jaw-dropping city views from angles that would make anyone's stomach drop. Back in 1930, Margaret Bourke-White broke new ground as the very first foreign photographer granted permission to document the Soviet Union's industrial surge. Her images from the USSR aren't just photos, they're priceless time capsules, offering a raw outsider's glimpse into this vast Iron Curtain superpower. This was a woman who confronted dizzying heights, daunting dangers, and harsh realities, all without flinching. Fast forward to 1941, and she pulled off what seemed impossible, securing the go-ahead to photograph Stalin himself. Over the years, Margaret didn't hold back. She shared all the gripping behind-the-scenes stories from that intense face-to-face again and again in her books. They only gave her a few minutes, right after Stalin finished his meeting with Harry Lloyd Hopkins. The man himself wasn't exactly eager to strike a pose. He dragged his feet the whole way. There he was in his office, hunched behind a massive desk, lit by a single lamp. The air so thick with tension, you could cut it with a knife. No flashes allowed, just natural light. So she had to work the shadows like a pro. Before going in, Margaret went all out with the charm offensive. Slipped on some killer red heels and tied a bold red ribbon in her hair, thinking it might soften the old bear up. Spoiler alert, total bust. Stalin stayed stone cold. Gruff, tight-lipped, zero interest in playing the part of a model. As she whipped out her camera, she was racking her brain, trying to break through that granite facade and capture something real, something human. Then, just as gutsy Margaret dropped down on all fours, crawling around looking for the perfect angle, Stalin cracked a smile. Boom! Pure magic in that moment.
Margaret was firing off shots like a woman possessed, moving quickly to capture fresh angles on the fly. Stalin? He might as well have been carved from marble, barely a flicker of movement. And just like that, it was over, wrapping up as abruptly as it had started. Talk about a near impossible assignment, but she absolutely nailed it. Those photographs, they spread across the globe, cementing themselves in history as the ultimate rare glimpse of that era. That encounter stayed with her, the weight of it hitting on two levels: the sheer historical magnitude and the raw psychological intensity radiating off Stalin himself, this towering symbol of iron-fisted power that seemed to make the very air feel heavy. 10 years earlier, she had journeyed to Georgia, where she managed to capture photographs of Stalin's mother and grandmother.
Margaret traversed nearly the length and breadth of the country. Let us peer into the life within this mighty and shadowy empire on the eve of the Second World War.